Dust District has a lot going for it, and at the same time, it has incredibly little going for it. Now, what do I mean by this? Simply that the changes to this level speedrun-wise have been incredibly impactful, yet extremely rare. There's only 7 variations of the level that I would consider meaningful, but at the same time, Dust District ends with a truly random mechanic, the riddle. It's the first of only 2 random elements in the entire run, excluding Bone Charms, that is, the other one being Duke, waiting at Mission 8 for us. The riddle has saved many a run, and it has perished even more in the last 7 years. It will continue doing so, as there are no ways around it. We simply just have to complete it, otherwise we can't finish the level. Let's see what this level brings to the table, and why it is one of the most hated levels of this speedrun. I am Cearadeth, and this is the Dishonored 2 Dust District Retrospective. Before we start things off, I would like to point out that on screen you'll see 2 more stats pertaining to the run in question. In addition to the normal mission runtime, you'll see how long the riddle took to solve, and under that, what percentage time-wise it took from the run. I will also show you the original clips of people performing the riddles in this run, as I find that rather interesting. As you might expect, first run didn't really have that much going for it. Here, like you can see, sheathing wasn't yet a thing, so we're suffering a 10% movement speed loss. We're just rather straightforwardly running and blinking to the wiring tool and bypassing the wall of light that way. Now, this would be the norm for years. It wasn't until 6 years later with the Blink 2 reroute that we could skip the wall of light altogether, saving about 2 seconds. Before we get to the end of the level and the riddle section, I think it would be maybe nice if you knew how the riddle worked. The point of the puzzle is to match 5 unique names with 5 unique objects. There's a riddle on the side that works as a logic puzzle, but that's obviously very slow. We use a predetermined pattern to align the names with the objects, starting by flipping the 4th name 3 times. This turns it into Conti, giving us 5 unique names to start with. This start is always the same, only the riddle itself is randomized. Then, as we know how the riddle works, we usually look for the first 2 pairs in these predetermined locations, Marcola Bird, Winslow Snufftin, and then enter those into the riddle board. Following this, we have 2 very easy ones to find. This one is always on the first line with this first object, and this one here is this name followed by the second item on this very last string. The last name is just a matter of eliminating it because you've put in 4 names, 4 objects, so obviously you only have 1 remaining. That was the Conti War Metal combo. You don't have to obviously use this order, but this is just how I've taught it for years and years now, and this is how I think most people do it. Now with that out of the way, we can continue. Hopefully that cleared out things, and hopefully that will make you appreciate what these runners are doing in these upcoming clips. Unfortunately, I was not able to get a good quality recording of the first run by Votium, as downloading Twitch VOD is about as much as fun as being kicked in the balls while chewing glass. Not to even speak about the fact that his Australian upload speed being managed by a bunch of koalas in a drop bear costume. Like, either way, I reduced the size so you wouldn't get blinded, and sadly we don't have the game audio for this either, so you can't hear his reaction. But it was mostly other people speaking in the Discord because, hey, how do you get a reaction for something that you don't know how good it is? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. It only took 30 seconds. I think this is a pretty good riddle for day 1. I'd be pretty happy about this. Following this, well, the following day we see slight improvements on the routing, such as that blink from the start, sheathing, and just making better use of mana by blinking more overall. Riddle duration being 26 seconds is obviously 4 seconds faster than our day 1 run, and hey, we're only going to see improvements from here. Or are we?
Okay, shh. I need to concentrate. Bench, diamond. Okay, got it. Winslow, Snufftin, Winslow, Snufftin. Good. Lazio, ring, Lazio, ring. Marcola, bird pendant. Woo! That's okay.
If I have ever heard a Finnish man being happy about something, that was it. The next improvements happened ridiculously late. Like I said in the intro, few and far between. In late 2017, almost a year later, we got leaps, and this obviously helped us out a bit. But leap usage was rather limited in this map, as it's so short anyway. Björny didn't used to capture his audio back then. It was only game audio, so here we can see he activates the riddle board and then accidentally also clicks Winslow. It's a shame. That loses you a bit of time, but he doesn't let that bother him. It's a fine puzzle all in all. Not bad, not one bit. I wanted to include Isoki's run because although technically this strat that he went for, which is a really cool strategy that is super usable, it didn't pan out for him, but it is very common to hear complaints from French and Russian people especially that the riddle really blows because it's hard to read and it sucks for a non-native. So let's take a look at how he handled it.
Finch, Diamond, Knight, Snaftin. Finch, Diamond, Knight, Snaftin. Marcola, Bird, Conti, Ring. Marcola, Bird, Conti, Ring.
Now, I would say that was brilliant, but I mean, what do I know? Now, there's a clip of us figuring out how to clip through the wall, and if you look at that riddle time, it is correct. We'll get to that very soon. It's called a God riddle. Basically, if you only have to flip one other thing besides Conti, I mean, it's as good as RNG as you can get.
It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3. We have Winslow Ring, Marcola, War Metal, Winslow Ring, Oh no! Dude, did you guys see? Dude. God riddle.
I was speechless. I normally scream when this sort of thing happens, but I didn't want to lose my composure. Sadly, the rest of the split wasn't that good, so we didn't end up saving amazing time. Then, next, when we figured out, hey, Blink 2 is pretty cool, we can just do this now. Blinking over the wall of light. We had multiple variations of this. People kind of had their own preferred setups, but nowadays, there's something different.
You smell at it and you have to vomit. I mean, sure. I mean, you know, I've eaten some things like that too. 1, 2, 3. Let's do about that. Finch, snuffed in, not see a ring. Finch, snuffed in, not see a ring. Conti, War Metal, Marcola, Diamond. Conti, War Metal, Marcola, Diamond. Leaves us with Winslow's Bird. Not good luck. But we're still gonna save like a couple seconds. Smoked Gouda. Oh my god, that is good.
The based cheesesteaks aside, there wasn't anything special about that. But the same cannot be said for Seeker's run, the last run on this list. Seeker came up with a bunch of bottle skits for Dishonored 2, and this is one of them. An absolutely magnificent thing. It saves like 2 to 4 seconds, kind of depends what dialogue you get, but it's so great. You just get hit in the head with a bottle. That's just fantastic. And here's the exact same trick as in Mission 4, blinking through the wall of light using the guard. Let's see that again. It's very beautiful. Waiting for an animation, very slightly touching the guard, and simply blinking. So nice. He's also going to try and go for a trick, and I'll show a clip of what it looks like. If you interact with the portrait behind Megan and then talk to her, the game basically glitches you out, allows you to go no clip, and then you can do this. But sadly, he didn't get it there. The no clip strat saves like 2, 3, 4 seconds. It's not risky to go for at all, but if you do fail, you can end up under the map, and it's pretty hard to get out without using a lot of mana. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the Mission 6. I used all of Seeker's footage for this section because might as well. I mean, he did it so well and the quality is fine, so hey, let's go for it. Yeah, see you guys next time. If you liked it, you know, all that stuff. I don't need to tell you, right? You guys are great. You know it. See you later. Have a good rest of the year. Good Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Merry holidays. And, you know, all that.